Welcome to my online class. How are you, everyone? I think you all are keeping well by the grace of Almighty Allah. This is Hasina Islam, lecturer, Department of English, Tongi Government College, Gazipur. This lecture is for the students of Honors Second Year. Dear learner, in our previous class we have started Ode To A Nightingale by John Keats. In my previous lecture, we have enjoyed the poem and also got some important information. Today, we are going to discuss on the summary of this poem, that is Ode to Nightingale summary. First of all, the poet says that his heart is in pain and body feels numb and tired. That is, he feel like he was drank from the poisonous hemlock plant, or like just taken some kind of drag and fallen into the waters of Lethe. And you know what is Lethe? This is an ancient Greek. This is a river which is mentioned in ancient Greek mythology, and it is known as forgetfulness. Okay, so he felt very painful and numb, and it seems that he is fallen into the waters of Lethe, the river, underground river. Okay, the nightingale. Then he's saying, Nightingale, I'm not jealous of how happy you should. I feel like this because I am too happy to hear you sing so freely and beautifully. That is, the poet feels that he is not jealous, but he feels how Nightingale sings so freely and so beautifully. That is, the poet cannot, feel himself so free and beautiful. That is, and then he is saying, you are like a dried a mythical tree spread in your path of overgrown greenery and shadows, singing summer song with all your might. That is, nightingale is like a evergreen tree. It never fades away. Okay. Then he's saying, I wish I had some winter's wine that has been stored for years deep in the belly of the earth. And he is now asking for some wine that has been, kept under earth for a long time. And with this wine, he is saying, wine that taste of flowers and the countryside of dancing folk singing and happy sunshine. So this wine must have the taste of flowers, and it's a special kind of wine. Okay, so if I could drink a bottle of wine, that would transport me to warmer southern lands, on full of water from the mythical Hippocrene spring that grants poetic inspiration. Actually, by taking this liquid, he wants to get the poetic spirit inspiration. Okay, then he says the bubbles would play on the surface of the glass and in my wine strained mouth, and the wine should be like that. That is, the bubbles of this wine should be getting out of the brim, and he wants this type of wine. I could get drunk, forget the world, and escape with you, nightingale, away into the dark forest. So here we find Keats' escapism. He wants to escape from this real world. He wants to take shelter in the world of nightingale, which is free from tension, all the anxieties and pain. So he wants to fly in the dark forest of nightingale. Then he says, I long to depart, to forget what you, nightingale, have never had to know. So you are, I want to forget my pain, and you never experienced such pains, such sufferings like me and the other human being who are facing the same anxieties, sufferings. You don't have any anxieties. Okay, so you live untouched by all the exhaustion, sickness, and worry that come with being part of the human world. where people sit and listen to each other gone to pain, in pain, where disease and old age are inevitable, and where youth fades and dies. So these are the disadvantages of this moral world. People become, they become old, they stricken with various types of diseases and sickness, and these are the disadvantages of human life, and you are free from all these disadvantages. Okay, that is Nightingale is free from. Okay, for human being, even just to think is to feel suffering, heavy sadness and pain. In the human world, beauty never lasts, and neither does love. So here he says that beauty and love cannot stay long in the mortal world. Then he again says, I will fly far away from the human world and to you. I don't need to get a ride from Bacchus. Bacchus is the god of wine. First of all, he wants to take shelter of wine. He told about wine which is stored and cooled deep under earth. But now he is saying, I don't need the help of Bacchus, or the Bacchus is the god of wine. He doesn't want to take shelter of wine. And how he can join the world of Nightingale? He is saying here, that is, no, I can fly on the wings of poetry instead of, even in human consciousness might confuse me and slow me down. So he is saying that instead of wine, he wants to take shelter of his own poetry with his own poetic imagination. Of course, he can join the world of Nightingale. Okay, so Nightingale, I am already with you in my imagination, and he found himself in the world of Nightingale. How? With the help of his poetic imagination. The night is gentle, and the moon, the queen of the sky, is sitting on her throne, surrounded by her stars. Here we find the description of nature, and in Keats' poetry we find the five senses. Okay, we find the mention of five senses, and that is sensuousness. And first, in the second stanza, we found the sense of taste, and here we find the sense of sight. Here he is saying that we can see all this scenery, and he is saying how the night is very gentle, and it is surrounded by the stars, moon, and a very it is a moonlit night actually, but it's dark where I am standing with only a small amount of light making its way through the lush but gloomy trees and winding moss-covered paths. So where the poet is standing, it is there is a very dim light, and the light is very dim, and the gloomy it is it is a shadowy place actually, and a moss-covered path. Okay, so I cannot see the flowers in the forest around me, and he is in the forest, not physically actually. He take shelter from his poetic imagination, and now he rests in the forest, but he cannot see the flowers. There are different type of flowers in the forest, and he is saying that I cannot see the flowers, not tell what fragrant plants hang from the trees. There are different types of flowers and trees are there, and there are, he is getting the smells of those flowers and trees. The darkness surrounds me, and I try to imagine what is growing in the surrounding space. It's a springtime, and the forest is full of grass and fruits and fruit trees. So the time is spring there. Okay, and there are different types of flowers and fruits. So he is getting the smell of different types of flowers and fruits. There are autumns and sweet berries and purple violets hiding under the moloch of leaves on the forest floor, and the musk rose with its luxurious scent will be here soon. So he is thinking that there are different types of flowers and fruits are there, and here he describing what type of fruits and flowers are there. Okay, then he says, you weren't born to die like me, immortal Nightingale. Here he is saying that Nightingale is immortal because it doesn't have any pain, it doesn't have any restriction, any sickness. That's why he's saying the Nightingale is immortal. You don't have a new generation of people breathing down your neck. The song I hear is the same on heard many, many years ago in the time of emperors and court jesters. So he is saying your song is, your song is same as you sang before for a long, long time ago. Different, many emperors and courtly people who listen to your song, it is the same thing. It never changed. Perhaps it's even unchanged since biblical times when Ruth, who was struck by her mother-in-law after she herself was, widowed. Ruth, this is also a, but this character is taken from Greek mythology. So, stored in fields of corn. It's the same song that would charm open the windows of ships of on dangerous seas. The same song that could be heard in the forlorn lands where fairies dwell. So, this song is sung in the same way, and different type of people listened to this song, and there was no change. So here it is about this poem, and I have given you a short summary of this poem. In my next lecture I will try to start a new topic. Until then, Allah Hafiz, have a nice day.